I've always had a few ideas about the best way to make your transition to Ghana smooth if you decided to live here. But with time, I realized that there's certain things that I'll do differently to make the process easier. So it's nearly 5 years since I've been living here. So a lot of my perspectives on different things about the things you can do to make your transition here smoother has changed. And I decided to tell you guys and speak to you guys about it. So if you decide to move here or live here, the process will be a lot easier for you than it has been for me. The first thing I want to speak to you guys about is I've always been a big advocate for getting your own place before you move to Ghana. But you guys, the process to build a home in Ghana is no joke, okay? So the odds that you can even complete your home and move straight into it is not necessarily high, even though people have done it and it's not impossible, it's not very easy. The other thing is a lot of the areas where new buildings are built, the roads are dirt roads, you know what I mean? So imagine moving from the diaspora where all the roads are perfect and then you're moving straight into an area where the roads are bad. That makes the transition a lot harder. So now I would say, even though that's still an option, I'd say you should consider renting in the beginning while you maybe complete your project and while you slowly transition into moving here to make the transition a lot smoother, because a lot of the time you can probably afford to rent in an area where all the roads are done in comparison to buying in an area where all the roads are done. Although rents can be quite pricey, it still depends on the location that you choose. You can find a decent location where the roads are done and everything, but it's not like airport or it's not cantonment or it's not East Legon. So it's still affordable to live in. Don't rule renting out. Keep rent as an option, because I personally feel like when I moved here, I moved straight to my own house and the roads had a major impact on my lifestyle and all that. So it was very, very difficult. And then once I moved into a rental in an area where everything was done, it was more central and very easy to get to places. I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? You know what I mean? So I guess for me, it was all part of the journey. But for you, consider it. It should be an option. It doesn't have to be your own built place that you move into straight away. Although it cuts costs and obviously you're not paying rent and all that, it's still very challenging if you want to do that straight away, especially if you've lived in a diaspora for a very, very long time. So definitely don't rule renting out. All right, guys, so we're on to our second point. As usual, I decided to film outside just so I can show you different parts of Tema. You know what I mean? If you guys like that, make sure you give me a thumbs up so I know and I can keep doing these type of videos outside so I can give you guys different views, different experiences in different parts of Ghana. So my second point is you do not want to get sick and not have enough funds to cater for your medical needs. Having travel medical insurance can make a massive difference for you. You don't know what's going to happen. If you're moving here, if you're coming on holiday, you could get sick out of the blue. That can be unpredictable. So having travel medical insurance is really beneficial. Just for a few dollars a day, you can get travel medical insurance with Safety Wing. Safety Wing is pay as you go as well. It works in 180 different countries, Ghana included. It's free for children under 10 years old under the adult policy. So I feel like it's just been made so accessible for people that are traveling or are thinking of moving to Ghana. Anyways, guys, I'll leave all their information in the description box below. You guys can check them out if you want. I feel like what they're offering is decent. Let's move on to the next point. My third point is to encourage you to bring the things that make you comfortable here in the beginning. In Ghana, you can find literally everything that you're looking for, from hair products to perfumes to skin products and all that. But everything is not found in one shop. And the popular shops in a lot of the diasporan countries you won't necessarily find here. So it's like people that have imported them or brought them in. So knowing where to find things can be a bit tricky. And online markets is not a big thing here as it is overseas as well. So it's important, in my opinion, to bring the things that you're comfortable with so that you have access to it at least for the first year or so. And then while you get acquainted in Ghana, find your way around, know where to get things, you can, switch to buying things here in Ghana. But in the beginning, it's too stressful trying to find your favorite hair product, your favorite perfume, your favorite this and that. And that all makes a difference. Even home decor and stuff like that, you can find here in places like Oka and stuff like that. But if you have favorite shops that you usually go to wherever you are, just buy a few things and bring it. That will make a big difference, trust me. Because then you feel like you are home even though you've traveled and you've moved away, and it makes the transition slower and at a better pace for you. This point applies to people that are just visiting Ghana as well. I feel like it's even more important for people that are visiting Ghana to just bring their own stuff, because you don't want to spend like half of your holiday looking for your favorite lotion or your favorite hair product. I mean, sometimes you might lose stuff or you might break stuff, then that's fair enough. But if you can, just bring it. It's too hard running around trying to find things here. Moving on to my fourth point, the notion of a holiday can become quickly diminished when you move out to Ghana. I feel like we all move out to Ghana because of the laid back lifestyle and just the pace of life and the fact that the society is not so work centered. So it's very easy for us to forget about taking a holiday. But I think it's even more important for you to make time for holidays and getaways and things like that, regardless of whether you're a working person like myself or you're here as a retired person. Two things. When you live in Ghana, the back and forth with slow processes, with dirt roads, everything is just draining. Everything is just exhausting. So it's so important to take a break every now and again. The other reason why it's important to take a break every now and again is you don't want to move to some place like Accra or Tema or whatever, and then a year later you realize you haven't even explored anywhere. There's so much to see in Ghana. If you've been like somebody who's been subscribed to my channel for a while, you would know that there's so many places, from beautiful mountains to like greenery to beautiful beaches, and every village, every town looks completely different to what you might be used to as well. So that's why it's important to do a getaway every now and again, not only for your own health benefits and things like that, but just so you get to see what Ghana is truly made of as well. This is something that I truly took for granted, because when I moved here, I felt like, oh, I'm in Ghana, like the lifestyle is laid back. I don't have to do all this holiday and stuff like that. But believe me, you need it, because Ghana, even if you're not working like I am, everything else is exhausting, okay? Everything else is exhausting. So it's important to make it a point to take time off every now and again. Finally, onto my last and most important point. You guys, I can't stress how important it is to build your network from anywhere. When you come to Ghana and you don't know anybody, doing everything is such a challenge. I feel like I've said it a million and one times, but you can build your network from anywhere. So you could go to the market, you find a helpful lady who sells to you on that day. Just tip her, maybe let her keep the change and get her name. She'll be super helpful another time that you come. If you go to a restaurant and you get a very helpful waiter or waitress, get the number, tip them, get the name. The next time they see you, they'll be super helpful. And they might end up helping you with the most random thing, maybe something that has nothing to do with whatever you met them for in the beginning. This is something that I'm glad I took advantage of from the start, but I can't stress it enough. Do it. Tip, tip, tip. Always tip, like 10 CDs, 20 CDs, 50 CDs. Whatever you have, give something to somebody and just get their name. The next time they see you, they'll remember you. And the next time you need help from them, they'll support you. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys have found this quick tip video useful. If you guys have any tips to share that other people might find beneficial, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow your bliss. So na life is short. Follow your bliss, na nipa ye den. Follow your bliss, na di ebesi biya ye, and follow your bliss, na den na emada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.